Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Zulhilmi bin Samsuddin and I am EE242 student from the classes EE2427B. I'm going to talk about recruitment and training for career and development. Recruitment is the process of attracting individuals on timely basis in sufficient number and with appropriate qualification to apply for the job with an organization, whereas the definition of training is organized activity aimed at imparting information or instruction to improve the recipient performance or to help him or her attain a required level of knowledge or skills. And career development is the series of activity or the ongoing of or lifelong process of development one's career. The career development usually refers to managing one's career in an intra-organizational or inter-organizational scenario. Is involving training on new skills, moving to a different organization, or starting one's own business. Career development is directly linked to the goals and objectives set by an individual. It starts with self-actualization and self-assessment of one's interests and capability. The interests are then matched with the available option. The individual needs to train himself to acquire the skills needed for the option or career path chosen by him. Finally, the acquiring the desired competency he has to perform to achieve the goals and targets set by him. Career development is directly linked to an individual growth and satisfaction and hence should be managed by the individual and not left to the employer. What you can see here is the mind mapping of the career development.
This is the sources of recruitment of employee. It consists of internal sources and external sources. For internal sources, it consists of three types, which is transfer, promotion, and also present employee. First of all is transfer. What is transfer? Transfer involves shifting of person from the present job to another similar jobs. These do not involve any changes in rank, responsibility, or prestige. The number of persons do not increase with transfer also. The second type of internal sources is promotion. Promotion refers to shifting of persons to position carrying better prestige, higher responsibility, and more pay. The higher position falling vacant may be filled up from within the organization. A promotion does not increase the number of persons in the organization. A person going to get a higher position will vacate his present position. Position will motivate employees to improve their performance so that they can also get promotion. Last but not least, present employees also one of the type in internal sources. The present employees of a concern are informed about likely vacant position. The employees recommend their relation or person intimately known to them. Management is relieved of looking out prospective candidate. The person recommended by the employees may be generally suitable for the job because they know the requirement of various positions. The existing employees take full responsibility of those recommended by them and also ensure of their proper behavior and performance.
So there was several types of internal sources, but why would a company need to consider internal sources? I will explain about the advantages and disadvantages of these sources. Let's have a look in the slide. First, it will improve the morale. When an employee from inside the organization is given a high post, it will help increase the morale of all employees. Generally, every employee expects promotion to a higher post carry more status and pay if he fulfills the other requirements. Secondly, no error in selection. When an employee is selected from the inside, there is a least possibility of error in selection since every company maintains complete record of its employees and can judge them in a better manner. The next is promote loyalty. It promotes loyalty among the employee as they feel secure on account of chances of advancement. Number 4 is no hasty decision. The chances of hasty decision are completely eliminated as the existing employees are well trained and can be relied upon. Economy in training costs. The existing employees are fully aware of the operating procedure and policy of the organization. The existing employee also require little training and it brings economy in training costs. Last but not least, self-development. I repeat, self-development. It will encourage self-development among the employee as they can look forward to occupy higher posts. There we should know about the advantages of these sources. However, what would be the disadvantages of these sources? Let me discuss about it. First, it will discourage capable person from outside to join the concern. Secondly, it is possible that the requisite number of persons possessing qualification for the vacant post may be not available in the organization. Next, for posts requiring innovation and creative thinking, this method of recruitment cannot be followed. Last but not least, if only seniority is the criterion for promotion, then the person filling the vacant post may be not really capable. Therefore, instead of disadvantages, it is frequently used as a source of recruitment for lower position. It may be lead to nepotism and favoritism. The employment may be employed on the basis of their recommendation and not suitability. Based on what I had explained about the internal sources, I hope all of you were clear about it, including the advantages and disadvantages. Before moving to the next sources, let's have a quick review about these sources. This sources is about external sources. The next part of recruitment sources is external sources. External sources consist of several types, which is recruitment at factory gates, casual caller, advertisement, labor union, central application file, educational institution, recommendation, labor contactor, and telecasting. Requirement at factory gates. Certain workers present themselves at the factory gate every day for employment. This method of recruitment is very popular in India for unskilled or semi-skilled labor. The desirable candidates are selected by the first-line supervisor. The major disadvantages of this system is that the person selected may be not suitable for the vacancy. The next would be casual caller. Those personnel who casually come to the company for employment may also be considered for the vacant post. It is most economical method of recruitment. In the advanced country, this method of recruitment is very popular. Advertisement. It is a method of recruitment frequently used for skilled worker, clerical, and higher staff. Advertisement can be given in newspapers and professional journals. These advertisements attract applicants in large number of highly variable quality. Moving to the next type would be labor union. In certain occupations like construction, hotel, maritime industry, like industry where there is instability of employment, all recruits usually come from union. It is advantageous from the management point of view because it saves expense of recruitment. However, in other industry, union may be asked to recommend candidate either as a goodwill gesture or as a courtesy toward the union. Central application file. A file of past applicants who were not selected earlier may be maintained. In order to keep the file alive, applications in the file must be checked at periodical intervals. Educational institution also one of the part of external sources. Direct recruitment from educational institution for certain job, example placement, which require technical or professional qualification has become a common practice. A close liaison between the company and educational institution help in getting suitable candidates. The students are spotted during the course of their studies. Junior level executive or managerial trainee may be recruited in this way. We move into recommendation. The present employees know both the company and the candidates being recommended. Hence, some companies encourage their existing employees to assist them in getting applications from persons who are known to them. Moving to the next part, which is labor contractor. This method of recruitment is still prevalent in India for hiring unskilled and semi-skilled workers in bricklaying industry. The contractor keep themselves in touch with the labor and bring the worker at the place where they are required. They get commission for the number of persons supplied by them. Last but not least, telecasting. Special programs like Job Watch, Youth Pulse, Employment News over the TV have become popular in recruitment for various types of jobs. The detailed requirements of the job and the qualities required to do it are published along with the profile of the organization where vacancy exists. External sources can bring a lot of advantages for the management. First thing first, availability of suitable person. Internal sources sometimes may not be able to supply suitable person from within. External sources do give a wide choice to the management. A large number of applicants may be willing to join the organization. They will also be suitable as per the requirement of skills, training, and education. Other than that, it also brings new ideas. The selection of persons from outside sources will have the benefit of new ideas. The person has experience in other concerns will be able to suggest new things and methods. They will keep the organization in a competitive position. Last but not least, it's also economical. The method of recruitment can prove to be economical because new employees are already trained and experienced and do not require much training for the job. However, external sources also have its flaw. First thing first, demoralization. When the new person from outside join the organization, then present employees feel demoralized because this position should have gone to them. There can be hurt burning among old employees. Some employees may even leave the enterprise and go for a better avenue in other concerns. Second, lack of cooperation. The old staff may not cooperate with the new employee because they feel that their rights have been snatched away from them. This problem will be acute especially when persons from higher positions are recruited from outside. Next would be expensive. The process of recruiting from outside is very expensive. It starts with inserting costly advertisement in the media and then arranging written tests and conducting interviews. In spite of all this, if suitable persons are not available, then the whole process will have to be repeated. Last but not least, problem of maladjustment. There may be a possibility that the new entrants have not been able to adjust in the new environment. They may not temperamentally adjust with the new person. In such case, either the person may leave themselves or management may have to replace them. This can have adverse effect on the working of the organization. Moving to the next part of recruitment, selecting employees must be the most difficult task to be handled by the management. Employee selection is the process of interviewing and evaluating the candidate for a specific job and selecting an individual for employment based on certain criteria, which is qualification, skill, and experience. Employee selection can range from a very simple process to a very complicated process depending on the firm hiring and the position. Certain employment laws such as anti-discrimination laws must be obeyed during employee selection. There is at least 6 steps in selecting employees. All of these steps must be handled really careful and practical as the outcome of this selection will be the future of the company itself. We will go through it one by one. In the beginning of the selection, the management must first obtain complete application form from the applicant. Let me explain about application form. An application form is used to collect relevant and required information from an applicant. For a lot of businesses, the application form itself is a minor test of the individual ability to follow instruction, penmanship, literacy, and communication skill. A poor, completely application form may itself prevent the individual from being considered or disqualify them completely. Whereas, employment application form is a form used to collect information from job applicants. Information collected may include availability for work, proof of legal employment status, salary requirement, and past job history. Later, they must conduct initial and follow-up interviews. A job interview is an interview consisting of a conversation between a job applicant and a representative of an employer, which is conducted to assess whether the applicant should be hired. Interviews are one of the most popularly used devices for employee selection. Interviews varies in the extent to which the questions are structured, from a totally unstructured and free-wheeling conversation to a structured interview in which an applicant is asked a predetermined list of questions in a specific order. Structured interviews are usually more accurate predictor of which applicant will make suitable employees according to a research study. Then, a series of employment tests will be given to the applicant. I will discuss some of the employment tests which is commonly used. First, job knowledge test. Job knowledge tests measure a candidate's technical or theoretical expertise in a particular field. For example, an accountant may be asked about basic accounting principles. These kind of tests are most used for jobs that require specialized knowledge or high level of expertise. However, a job knowledge test doesn't take into account a very desirable attribute, learning ability. A candidate may have limited knowledge but a fast learner, or they must know a lot but unable to adjust to new knowledge and idea. Plus, there are always a gap between knowing something in theory and applying it in practice. The next test will be integrity test. The story of pre-employment testing began with integrity tests. They can help company avoid hiring dishonest, unreliable, and undisciplined people. Overt integrity tests ask directly questions about integrity and ethics. Covert tests assess personality traits connected with integrity, like conscientiousness. If carefully constructed, integrity tests can be a good predictor of job performance. Plus, they are less biased than other tests, as few differences have been spotted between people of different ages, group, or race. But candidate picking answer is always a concern, especially with overt integrity tests. If a candidate is asked whether they ever stole something, how likely are they to answer yes? If they did, they be honest enough to let the truth. Employers should consider the fact that people can repent and change. Next will be cognitive ability test. Cognitive ability tests measure a candidate's general mental capacity, which is strongly correlated to the job performance. These kind of tests are much more accurate predictor of the job performance than interview or experience. notable use of General Aptitude Test (GAT), which measure logical, verbal, and numerical reasoning. Limitation with this test is practice can improve test taker score. Also, cognitive ability tests are vulnerable to racial and ethnic differences. Posing a discrimination risk, use multiple evaluation methods and don't base hiring decision on this test alone. Just use the result as a guide. Fourth is personality test. Personality assessment can offer insight into candidate cultural fit and whether their personality can translate into job success. Personality traits have been shown to correlate to job performance in different roles. For example, salespeople who score on extraversion and assertiveness tend to do better. The Big Five model is popular. The motivation tests are also personality assessment tests used more frequently by career guidance counselors in school. Limitation for this test is social desirable bias play an important role in self-report tests. People tend to answer based on what they think you want to hear and end up misrepresentative themselves. Make sure that the test you choose is designed to catch misrepresentation. Some candidates might also find personality questionnaires invasive, which could hurt candidate experience. So, be careful how and when you use them. Number 5. Emotional intelligence test. Emotional intelligence refers to how well someone builds relationship and understand emotion. These abilities are an important factor in a profession that involve frequent interpersonal relationship and leadership. In general, tests that measure EI have some predictability of job performance. Unfortunately, people does always tell the truth when reporting their own EI abilities. You can ask experts or observe to give their input, but be prepared to spend more money and time in the processes. Then, skill assessment test is don't focus on knowledge or abstract personality trait. They measure actual skill, either soft skill or hard skill. For example, a secretarial candidate may take a typing test to show how fast and accurate they can type. Other examples including data checking tests, leadership tests, presentation, or writing assignment. Limitation for this is skill assessment tests are time consuming. Candidate needs time to submit work or give presentations. Hiring manager also need time to evaluate results. You can use skill assessment during later stage of your hiring process when you have a smaller candidate pool. Last but not least, physical ability test. Physical ability test measures strength and stamina. These traits are critical for many professions like firefighting and policemen, so they should never be neglected when relevant. By extension, they will help reduce workplace accidents and worker compensation claims, and candidates will be able to fake results as easily as with other tests. But sometimes physical ability tests may resemble medical examinations that are protected under the American with Disability Act. If you are not careful, you should face litigation. You should also allow for differences in gender, age, and ethnicity when interpreting your candidate result for the same reason. Finish with all of the tests, the management or employer must conduct background investigation. A background check is a process of person or company used to verify that a person is who they claim to be. and provide an opportunity for someone to check a person's criminal record, educational, employment history, and other activity that happened in the past in order to confirm their validity. The frequent purpose and legitimacy of background check varies between country, industry, and individual. An employment background check typically takes place when someone applies for a job, but can also happen at any time the employer deems necessary. A variety of methods are used to complete such a check, from comprehensive database search to personal references. Letter obtain result from physical exam. A physical examination conducted by a physician can have a number of purposes as given below. First, one objective is to see whether the candidate is physically fit to do the job. Those candidates who are successful at the interview will be ultimately rejected if they are found physically unfit. Another aim is to discover existing liability at the time of hiring so that the company's subsequent liability can be assessed in the case of workman's compensation claim for an injury. Thirdly, medical examination aim to prevent injury or damage to the health of employees by placing them in a proper job situation. Last but not least, the basic purpose of a medical examination is to place person on a job which they can handle without damage to their health. After all of the steps were taken, then the last step is establishing trial period. Probationary period are defined periods of time that employees are exempt from certain contractual items, most importantly the notice period required for termination. The probationary period allows both employee and employer to see if they are a good fit and to make things easier if they need to terminate their contract. New employees commonly join on initial probationary period of between 3 and 6 months. Although some companies will extend this to a New Year's, contract worker or those working part-time may be given shorter probationary periods.
Hello everyone, this is Jatin from gladtutor.com and welcome back to our channel. So today we are going to talk about the career planning and development in HRM, in which we firstly talk about the career, its meaning, their different stages of career, the features and how a person choose their career. Then we will talk about the career planning and development, their meaning, importance, process and how to choose an effective career planning. So if you have not watched our previous video about the performance appraisal, check out the upper notification. And if also you have do not have subscribed our channel, so make sure you subscribe. So without wasting so much of time, let's get started. So before going to career planning and development, firstly know what is career. What is career in HRM? A career is a sequence of position held by a person during the course of a lifetime. It comprises of a series of work-related activities that provide continuity, order, and a meaning of a person's life. Like, for example, a person who has an interest in sales, he wants to go in sales, so he will not be firstly become the sales head, or he will not get the highest position of the sales in one time. Firstly they have to start from the small lowest position of say like sales executive. Then after its good work and performance they will be promoted to the sales manager, sales head. So there are number of position which a person has to occupy to become a mastery in their career. A career starts from a lowest position in your interest field and ends with the mastery of your career. So it comprises of a series of work related activities that provide you a continuity order and the meaning of a person life and why you are living and why you have chosen this career. So this is about the career and I hope you have understood the meaning. So let's go to the features of career. And what are the features of career? A career develops over time. As I have told you, you will not become a CEO in the starting. You will have to start from the lower level so that you can go to the upper level in a over time. Career helps the individual to choose the success of its career. Yeah, if you choose the right career, you you know that every individual, if they are choosing the right career, they can get they can get easily more success in their career than those people who are struggling to firstly find the best career for them. You have seen those people who might choose one career without thinking so much, and after coming to the middle level they are not happy with their work. So what they do, they change their career in that level, which is so much risky, which involves so much risk. So if you choose the career right in the starting, in the beginning, you will not have any problem and you can get the success very easily. The third one is the important element of one career is experiencing the psychological success. Yeah, I have told you that what is psychological success. Like if you are going into sales but you have do not interest in sales and you are doing good in sales and getting the more incentives and promoted by the company, but if you are not happy with your work, you will not have that psychological success. You should have the psychological success that you should think that I have been made for this thing, I have been made for this career interest, and but I am not happy with this. If you are not happy with this is not your career. This is, you have gone to that field to just earn more. Career doesn't mean to earn more. Career means so that you will be happy with your work in whatever field you go. So the important element is experiencing the psychological success. If you should be happy with your work, whatever you are doing. Fourth one is the typical career of a person includes different positions, transitions, and organization. A typical career, whatever career you choose, it includes different positions. Yeah, you know that you, in whatever career you go, there is not any career which has do not any scope. Every career has scope. Every career has include different position, transitions, and there are so many organizations who are holding the jobs for every careers, different careers. So this is about the features of career. I hope you have understood. Now come to the stages of career in HRM. So basically there are 5 stages. First one is exploration, establishment, mid career, late career, decline. In exploration, when you are in the exploration, you have a, if you see the x-axis, there is a there is a, in x-axis it represents the age. From 20 to 25 you get your first job. Okay, sorry, in 2025 you go from college to work. Okay, and after 25, in establishment you get the first job and being accepted that you have got the job. After the establishment, it defines the 3 career: mid career, late career, and decline. Your career can be upward or downward according to your performance. If you it will upward, then it shows the mid career, upward and downward. After your mid career, it can be constant also. After your mid career, there will be a late career option, and then after the late career there will be a decline stage for you, that at a time your age will be around 60 years old and you will be preparing for retirement. So you can see that how career is very much important. Like if you choose the right career, your mid career stage can be increased, and if you do not choose your right career, your mid career stage will be decline, and there can be a situation that if you do not choose the right career, you have to start from the beginning of establishment. You have to take a new job in a new career. So choose the right career and get the success in the stages of career. And this is about the stages of career in HRM. Now come to how do people choose career. You are thinking that I am talking just about the career stages and all. So how people choose career? First one is your interest. In which uh, in which field you think that this field is made for me just only, and I have so much interest in, like, if you are good in pitching the customers about sales, yes, you are the person, you should go to sales. Second one is personality. How your personality depicts about you, like what is good in your personality. Like the people who become the entrepreneurs, they have such personality that they are able to take risk in their life. They do not think so much about their academics. Yeah, I am not saying that academics are not important, but they have a major role in the practical life. You can see all the entrepreneurs, they are not the first benchers or the middle benchers. They, you can say that they are mostly the back benchers. And what is typical in them? They have a good personality. They always focus on the practical things, what practical is going on. And third one is self image. What do your self image depicts about you? What do you think about yourself? Because everyone has some strengths and weakness, and there is no person in this world who knows better about you than yourself. You are the one who knows better about you. You can go for any counseling and all, but they cannot depict the best personality in you unless or until you define first. Okay. The fourth one is your social background. And what is your background, what is your family background. If your family is doing some business, have family business, you can go for that. So there are so many options you can choose according to how people choose their career. The first one is interest, personality, self image, and social background. Now come to our main topic, career planning in HRM. So what is career planning? We know the meaning of career. Now we have to plan our career. Like you have to say to go in sales. So how you will plan your career to get the best achievements in your sales so that you can easily go to the higher level of the sales. So the career planning is the process by which one selects their career goals and the path of their goals. The major focus of career planning is on assisting the employees to achieve a better match between goals and opportunities that are available in the organization. So career planning in HRM, what is this? In this, the HR manager helps you to select your career goals. Like if you want to go in sales, they will assist you that in sales you should have these goals in your life to so that you can achieve the best in your career. And this will be the path of your goals, that like if you do achieve this much performance, you can go to the next level. So they will give you a complete roadmap that how you can achieve your goals. And the major focus of career planning is on assisting the employees so that they can have a better match. Like what are your personal goals, like if you want to go in sales, and what are the needs of the company. Like we have the opportunities of sales job, then we both goals are matched. If the both goals and needs are matched, then we can say that it has risen to the career planning. So this is about career planning. I hope you know the meaning, understood the meaning. The next one is the objective importance of career planning in HRM. So what are the objectives or the importance of career planning? The first one is the attract and retain talents by offering the careers, not job. If you just tell the applicant that we will give you that much salary, if you uh, go on brief, if you explain more about the job, like you have to do this much you will get this much salary, your work performance should be measured and all about, then it will not be a perfect effective career planning. The career planning will be like if you will show the roadmap that if you do this much this is performance in your work, like if you achieve the targets according time to time, you can get the good position in the number of years or the number of the months. and you can also become the employee of the month if you make your turnover increase your turnover. Second one is use human resource effectively and achieve greater productivity. The objective of organization for this career planning so that they can use you the employees the human resource effectively, like so that if you have a good skills in sales, so company wants you to give your best in sales so that they can get a higher productivity from you, because they are also paying salary to you, so they have the liability, they also have the liability to ask get something return from you, because they are paying you money and they also respects about that. So the third one is to reduce employee turnover. The company has to give that career to the employee in which they have interest. If a person or employee do not have the interest in that field, they will almost do the job for around couple of months, and they will leave the job, which will increase the cost of company, and also it will reduce the increase the turnover. So the career planning objective is to reduce the employee turnover so that they can retain those employees for a long time and also get higher productivity. The fourth one is to improve employee morale and motivation. uh, Everyone knows that everyone knows the outcome of career, but so many people are not effectively doing what they want. Like if you want to go in sales and you are thinking that yeah, I can achieve that level of job, that level of position in my life if I work better. But there is some need of motivation on morale every time, which is a requirement for the employees. So what HR manager do, they periodically motivates the employee by offering some bonus, Diwali bonus or festival bonus, like Diwali is coming. So there are so many bonuses given to the employees in different occasions, or the time course period, so that they will be always motivated to give their best to the company. Last but not the least point is meet the immediate and future HR needs of the organization. Like if we have a requirement of the marketing executive, then we will if we have a need of marketing executive in the future, then we will give the career planning to a marketing person. If we do not have a need, then the company will not choose that person who has a marketing interest. So this is about the objectives of career planning in HRM. Now come to the process of career planning in HRM. In this, firstly, company organization identify the individual needs and aspirations. That how much, what is your need, what is a applicant need to become, to choose your career. Like if you have a, what is your interest, like what is your interest, and how much you are aspired from this career. Like everyone has a role model in their life, role model. Like if you want to go in marketing or in, like in digital marketing, it is a very much growing field right now. So everyone has their aspiration. Like you have learned from somewhere that the persons are earning so much, persons have a good career in this field, so you are already inspired from someone who has done the master in that field. So what are your aspirations? Second one is analyze the career opportunities. You have to analyze what are the opportunities in that field if I go in for the future. And third one is the assigning the needs and the opportunities. The company will assign you the needs and the opportunities, that the opportunities you have, and you will have to do that work if you choose this career. And the last one is the action plan and periodic review. You have to choose your action plan, then in which career I have to go, in which field I have to go, and you have company do the periodic review of your work performance. Like are you doing the work properly or not, are you have do you have chosen the right field or not. So many things are reviewed from time to time by the HR manager, because they are incurring some cost for your career planning. So they want to give higher productivity, because if a person who is interested in the job, they will give higher productivity to the company, absolutely. But if the person do not have interest, they will not be able to give the productivity to the company. which they expect. So come to the career development in HRM. Now what is career development? In the last step of the process, we have talked about the action plan. Okay. Now this is the implementation of action plan. Career development in HRM. It is the personal action the one undertakes to achieve the career plan. Whatever the action plan you have decided in the process, you have to execute in here. Career development looks at a long-term career effectiveness of employee and action. Career development may be initiated by individual himself or the organization. It is doesn't mean that the career development is done by in the organization only. You have some interest, you can also do this in their home also. Almost we almost do the same. Like if a person has interest, if if I give you the example of my that if I have the interest to do work in marketing, if I am not getting the job in companies, so what can I do? I can simply write about my career plans, decide what the career plan is best for me in my home, and start working on that. It doesn't require any company or HR manager to do that development for me. Yeah, it that in the organization you will get the best assistant uh, from the company, but you can also do the career development in the organization, or you can also do by the individual himself. Okay. So I hope you understood the meaning of career development. It is just to execute your planning, which you action plan which you have decided in the career planning. Okay, you have to implement your action plan in career development, and this is the long term process. You have to be patient from in your career so that you can get the best out of it. So there are two types of career development: individual career development and organization career development. Individual career development means uh, as I have told you before that uh, career development can be initiated by the individual or the organization. In case of individual, whatever the things is required in you. First one is performance. You cannot say lie to yourself. You have chosen some career, you are incurring the cost of your family. You are saying your family that I am doing this course and it has uh, acquired some cost, it incurs some 20-30 thousand cost your parents are giving to you, but they don't know that whatever the work you are doing, the one person who know rightly about you is the only you. You know what you are doing, you know about your performance, you know how whether I can do my best in this career or not. So that is all about the performance. Exposure, how much you are doing exposure of you in that field, because I have already told you there are so many people around you who have been got success in your field. If you do not do the right exposure to go to that persons, meet them and ask for some suggestions, like all that, it is also much required. So exposure is a very much important thing in a individual career development, because if you do not have exposure in your life, if you do not expose whatever uh, do the exposure of whatever you are doing, or whatever the persons who have achieved the mastery in that field, what they have done and what I am not doing, so you can easily compare the action plan from them, and you can discuss them. I am doing the same work and I am following these steps, so is enough for me, or I have to do some more according to the market situation right now. Networking, as I've told you, exposure is similar to the networking. Networking means to meet the people's more made more links or connection with the other peoples who are in the same field. Leveraging yourself, be loyal to your career, don't distrust yourself. Like, don't think that, as I told you, you cannot say lie to yourself. You have to be patient, you have to be loyal to your career, so that you will be get the best out of it. Mentor and sponsor, there are so many mentors. You should have some mentors from which you are learning. As I've told you, if you are doing some course from any institute, there should be some mentors and sponsors. Key subordinates, expand ability. You should expand your ability from time to time. You also know that if you are good in one field, and you will be when you will start, you will start from the scratch. And to go to the upper level, you have to expand your ability, you have to expand your thinking level. So these are the few points which we have discussed while doing the individual career development. So now come to the organization career development. First one is self assessment tool. Self assessment tool is like, uh, in organization, according to your performance, company analyze, check that the, yeah, this employee we have selected from the career planning, he is doing this much performance, and they know more better about you, like it, according to your performance. Like you are not only the one who have been selected for the job. In career planning, there are group of people who have been selected for the job, like they can easily compare, like that person is doing this much performance and they have achieved this much target, and the employees B or C is not able to give that much output to the company, so they can easily assess the performance of you. Individual counseling, it is a method of understanding and helping people who have any personal workplace problems or any personal problem, family problem. Because of that, they are not able to give the best on the job. So it is also, counseling is also done by the HR managers, and they ask about their problems, what are the problems they are facing and all. Third one is employee assessment program. In this, it provides the employees with the, uh, like there will be also be like HR manager or some expert from the outside, so who will ask about your, so that they can give you good professional support regarding any problem or concern. It is similar to the individual counseling. They look for your both workplace problems and personal life problems, because there is a fact that a personal problems directly affects your workplace performance. If you have any personal problem, you will not be able to give your best in your organization workplace performance. So they identify, assess the problems according, problems of the family, whether there is a family problem or workplace problem, and helps to solve those problems so that they can give the best. Employee development, they give them training from time to time, develop, so that they can easily develop according to the market needs. And if one people is doing best in their career, no one can stop them. And even the HR manager tries to motivate them more and more, and so that they can be more effective in their life or in their career program for the special group. If there is any special group, there is a different career program held by the company. Now come to our last topic, effective career planning. In effective career planning, it constitutes about these 6 points. First one is, in effective career planning, these are the things which are required. First one is top management support. Top management, there should be a support of the top management, because that is the management which who have to do the expenses of the whole career planning of the employees. Second one is clear goals. The goals of the applicants which are selected for the career planning should be clear. Reward performance from time to time. There should be requirement of those employees. And career paths, there should be a effective career path for that. Continuous tracking, the organization do not only have to do the expenses, they also do the continuous tracking from the periodic time, so that they can easily know that whatever we are doing the expenses for the employees or the human resources, either they are giving their best according to that or not, so that they would be proceeded according to the top management. Because the if the top management is supporting the organization, so there is also a requirement to get the best results by the managers. So this is all about the career planning and development in HRM. I hope you have liked this video. If you have liked this video, make sure you like, comment. If you have any query, please comment in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe our channel Glad Tutor, because if you subscribe our channel, we will be more motivated to come with more good videos. So don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bar so that in future if we upload any video you will be notified. Thank you very much.